welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm glad you're here too. Something is happening with Shen Yue, and honestly, we need to talk about it right now because the internet is absolutely not ready for what has been unfolding over the past few days. If you have been following the story as closely as we have, then you already know that when it comes to Shen Yue and anything connected to Dylan Wang, nothing ever stays quiet for long. But what we are seeing right now feels different. It feels heavier. It feels like something that has been building behind closed doors for a very long time has finally cracked open, and the emotion that is pouring out of Shen Yue is something that even the most casual fan cannot ignore. Let's be honest with each other for a second. We have watched Shen Yue carry herself with so much grace through everything. Through the rumors, through the silence, through the moments where the world was practically screaming questions at her, and she just kept moving forward with that quiet strength that made so many people fall in love with her in the first place. She has always been the kind of person who lets her work speak, who smiles through the noise, who somehow manages to look unbothered even when you just know she is not. That is what makes these recent images and videos so striking. Because for the first time in a long time, Shen Yue looks like she is carrying something she cannot quite put down. If you are new to this channel, and you're just now catching up on the full picture of what has been going on between these two, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because we cover every development as it happens and you do not want to be the last person to know when the next update drops. The footage that has been circulating recently shows a side of Shen Yue that her fans have rarely seen in such a raw and unfiltered way. There is something in her eyes that goes beyond tiredness. There is something in the way she carries herself in these recent appearances that tells a story her words have not yet told. Fans who have followed her for years are saying they have never seen her look quite like this, and that observation alone is enough to stop you in your tracks and really pay attention to what might be going on beneath the surface. Now we have to be careful here because Shen Yue is a professional and a deeply private person when it comes to matters of the heart. She has never been someone who puts her personal pain on display for public consumption, which is exactly why these recent sightings have hit so differently. When someone who is known for keeping it together starts to show the edges of something breaking, you notice. You cannot help but notice. And the timing of all of this, coming right on the heels of the updates surrounding Dylan Wang that have been flooding every corner of the internet, makes it impossible not to connect the dots. The timeline of events here is something we really need to walk through carefully because context matters more than almost anything else when we are talking about real people and real emotions. The recent wave of news involving Dylan Wang did not come out of nowhere. It followed a period of unusual silence from both of them, a silence that fans had been watching with growing unease for weeks. When that silence finally broke, it did not break gently. The updates that came out hit the fanbase like a wave, and if those updates hit fans that hard, imagine for one moment what they meant to someone who actually lived through the story behind them. That is the part that gets to you when you really sit with it. We as fans experience these updates from the outside looking in. We feel the shock and the emotion from a distance. But Shen Yue is not watching this story unfold from a distance. She is inside it. Every headline, every clip, every piece of footage that gets passed around and discussed and dissected by millions of people online, she is experiencing all of that while also living her actual life, going to work, showing up, performing, being present. And yet here she is, visibly affected in a way that she simply cannot mask the way she usually does. There is something incredibly human about watching someone try to hold it together in public and not quite make it all the way. Most of us have been there in some form or another. That moment where you're doing everything right on the outside, and something just slips through. A look, a pause. A moment where your eyes say something your face is trying not to. For Shen Yue, a woman who has spent years learning how to navigate immense public scrutiny with poise, these small visible cracks speak volumes. They say that whatever she is processing right now is not small. It is not something that a good night of sleep fixes. It is the kind of thing that settles into your chest and stays there. What makes this even more layered is the response from her fanbase. The outpouring of support that has surrounded her in the wake of these recent updates has been genuinely beautiful to witness. Fans from all over the world are showing up in her comments, in fan spaces, on every platform, not with gossip or speculation but with actual love and concern. People who have followed her journey from the very beginning are sending messages of encouragement that go beyond the usual celebrity-fan interaction. There is a tenderness to it that reflects just how deeply people feel connected to her as a person, not just as an actress or a public figure. And that connection is not accidental. Shen Yue has always had a quality about her that makes people feel like they actually know her. Not in the manufactured parasocial way that gets manufactured through carefully curated content, but in the genuinely warm and real way that comes from someone who has never fully learned how to be fake in front of a camera. That authenticity is her superpower, and right now it is also what is making this moment so hard to watch. Because when you feel like you know someone, you feel their pain a little more personally. You root for them a little harder. You want them to be okay in a way that goes beyond just watching a story play out. So, where does this go from here? That is the question that everyone is sitting with right now. The developments surrounding Dylan Wang are still fresh and still evolving, and Shen Yue has not said a word publicly about any of it.